So
Yeah.
serious talk, man.
Okay, all right, okay.
So
Just got deep
I just
real
want to
quick.
ask y'all. I just want to ask y'all a quick question.
Okay.
And I want to get your
Answer straight away.
I want to get your definition on these words.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This is
So
nice.
when you guys think of indulgence,
All right,
what do you guys think of?
you start off since you're right there, and you turned around immediately.
Indulge. What do I think of? Food.
Yeah.
Indulgence? Okay.
Indulgence is diving into something essentially.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
throw yourself into
Throwing
something,
yourself
you know,
into
just-
yourself.
Yeah.
Would you include
My
treating yourself
overweight
in
self
that?
Just say
Huh?
food.
Yeah, food. Yeah, nah, but
I
food
don't
is
know.
what you kind of
Yeah.
think of. I think of like instantly I would think of like strawberries dipped in chocolate or something like that. Not that I eat them. Not that I
Okay.
eat those. But
Do
yeah,
you
yeah.
think of treating yourself?
That's what it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All
When
right.
you indulge, it is treating, isn't it?
When
Yeah.
you think of necessity,
Yeah.
now drop me. What do you
words,
guys
some of
think?
these words as
Obviously,
well.
necessity is a bit different for
Yeah.
everybody, right? So, what is a necessity to you? Let me just
What's a
hear some stuff
necessity to me?
to you.
This is a setup for me, isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, honestly.
Everything is food.
I mean, necessity is food. Like, food is a necessity for
Necessity is
everybody.
something that like it's
Okay,
not
first-
optional. It's not optional.
Okay, it's not optional, but now let's break it down to necessity in this society for you.
All right.
So when I think of necessity, I'm thinking of survival.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what is
Guys trying to
necessity
have a
to you?
really deep conversation. I had such a simple one, but keep going.
No, it's just a few words out here. you know,
yeah.
nothing crazy. Yeah, so when you think of necessity, like first of all, what is your definition of necessity? And then after that, break it down to what is a necessity to you.
What's my definition of necessity? All right. Well, for a definition of necessity, like what you said, something that it's non-negotiable. It's a need. Like you need to have this
You need
for
Like it's
whatever.
not even up to me to want this.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Okay, can
Yeah.
I?
You just put them together. The need to survive. Something that
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to
But that's
survive.
survival.
that's
Yeah.
lit though.
Survival though.
What he said brings a different angle to it. That is
like it's like even if I don't want food, I need food.
Yeah.
it's not your decision that you want to have this. Like it's actually you need this, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. I like that. So
God's
what
taking
is
us
it?
to school.
What is a necessity to you then? Because okay, I'll start off.
All right.
A job.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it a job or is it income? Because
Plot
if
twist.
I was
Let's
gonna
say a job
2K a month in your bank, just like that, do you still want the job? Like, is it still necessary?
No.
He said, all right. So when's this starting?
Okay, no, but
He said, ASOS
no.
Right.
But I was getting there. Money is also a necessity, right?
Yeah.
But I just wanted to throw one word.
One.
So
Okay.
job,
Right.
but obviously money comes with
Money,
the job.
yeah.
So your answer is money, or what's your answer?
Necessity for me.
like money.
Community.
Community. I like that.
That's nice.
Cutie.
Okay.
Yeah. That. Yeah.
Okay, Daniel.
I'm extrovert. I can't do life alone. Like
Yes,
Yeah,
I like that. Daniel, what is just think of something where it's like something that you did today was like, yeah, that's you can even include car, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, obviously I don't have my car right now. And
Oh,
I'm still,
sorry,
I'm still
sorry.
good. So
Yeah,
it looks
that-
like I can survive without my car. Yeah, but
People are driving around. I don't know.
yeah, keep quiet.
he can survive without his car. No one else can.
Damn necessity, bro. I mean, you've said what, money or job. You said community. I mean, if I just go off something maybe I've done today, I don't know, bro. Like time to reflect or something like that, man. You need like cool off time, definitely.
Okay.
Like you can't just be on the
Sabbath.
On the go. Huh?
A Sabbath.
Oof, yes, man. Come on, hold on. Yeah. I need to stop touching this, bro.
DJ Clue's gonna sue us, man.
Mama?
For me, I'd probably say security. So in terms of like shelter.
A man like
over-
Daniel.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I like that.
Like shelter,
Yeah.
and it comes in with
She
the
said
money,
no.
income,
Money.
and all that type of
Perfect.
stuff. So security,
She
yeah.
just
I
skipped
love
over it, bro.
All right, cool. Now we got a definition of what necessity is and what indulgence is, right?
All right.
So then now I want you guys to reflect back on. You can
Far
reflect
out.
on a year,
Here we go.
your whole life, today, your whole month, right? I want you guys to put a percentage
Yeah.
of what is indulgence and necessity. Does that make sense?
In
Example
terms
today.
of- okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today I did a 10-hour shift at work, right? So necessity, and I said that a job is a necessity for me,
Yeah.
right? And I like doing this, but I want to spend 2 hours doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then now for my day today,
Yeah.
my necessity 80%
Yeah.
or even 95%,
Yeah.
and my indulgence was like the 5%.
Yeah.
You dig what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. No, I
So
feel
that's for my day.
Yeah.
But if I was to go for overall, that's tough. Come back to me on that one. but we'll just go around
Yeah,
to
okay.
see where your necessity stands and where your indulgence stands first, and then after that we'll dive in next.
All right. Okay, I'll go with me. okay, so if we're talking about necessity, I'll probably take some of what you guys have said. Oh, we never said indulgence, did we? Huh? All right, but in terms of necessities, so I'll take some of those ones. So like a job, money, community, cool off time, and security and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll use that as necessity. Yeah,
I'll say I get that every day.
Okay. Yeah.
Or in the month, like 80% of the time. Well, I think I have a pretty good balance actually when I actually speak on it, because I would say I actually have a good balance for both. Like I'm able to indulge in what I want to indulge in, and I'm able to also get the needs, the things that are necessary.
Okay.
In my life, I'd say.
We'll get to that.
Like I'm messed up when it comes to watching shows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But that's an indulgence though.
Yeah.
Watching Netflix and everything.
And I indulge, and then sometimes like, yo, you need to settle down because the necessities need to get got. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mawa, in terms of if you have to put percentage to indulgence and and necessity,
There was definitely a time where indulgence would have had a higher percentage, just because. Actually, that's probably wrong. From how back are we going? Like how far back?
As far back
okay,
as you want,
we'll go 1 year, because I would say 1 year is probably
1 year.
the most growth we've maybe had.
Necessity, I'd probably say 75%.
75%.
Yep.
All right.
25 for indulgence.
Okay,
Yeah.
and no.
Quick
What was the
maths, y'all
question?
see that?
chill, bro.
What was the question? So I was asking. Obviously, we've defined what indulgence and necessity is, and then now we'll go on 1 year back till now. To what if you had to put a percentage to indulgence and to necessity. So of course, if you've been going to work 8 hours a day, 5-6 times a week, so necessity would be for the whole year would be like 90%, and indulgence would be like the 10%.
Yeah.
So if you had to put a percentage on it,
I'd
how would you
say
put it?
My indulgence has been pretty high, to be honest. I'd say 40-60, so 40% indulgence, 60% necessity.
Yeah.
Nice.
60% necessity.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Still
I like
pretty
that.
cool.
Okay.
When because you said your indulgence has been high, so you're saying 40% is high. What are you thinking is a normal?
Because, like,
I think the
necessity indulgence for me, like, a balance isn't 50-50.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I
feel
did that.
like, yes, that's equal, but that's not balanced.
That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, in my mind, it's like, I think 75 to 25 is good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I dig that. So now my question to you. Obviously, now we've identified the percentages in terms of the past year, right?
Yeah.
So then now, if you were to, obviously now we all got a dream, we've all got a purpose, we want a mission.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense? So then now it's like, in order for us to truly get to that mission, what would your necessity and indulgence need to be in order for you to truly live a fruitful life? We'll go with fruitful life, right? Let's say you want to live the fruitful life, you want to get the most out of life.
Yeah.
What would your indulgence need to be, and what would your necessity need to be?
Yeah, I can speak on me. I mean, because I know it's definitely very subjective.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
subjective question. Like, for me, I would say my indulgence would 100% need to come down more.
Yeah.
Because it's grind time, basically. You know what I mean? And I know for what I'm trying to do, I'm going to need to grind a lot more.
If your indulgence makes you late to places,
stuff
and,
like that, yeah.
and like makes you miss out on opportunity and stuff like that, it's like that's a good indicator that
Yeah, 100%. And
you
it's
need to
like,
come down.
if you know the things that you're meant to do, but you don't do it because you want to indulge or whatever, or you want to chill, whatever it may be, right? That's cool that you did that. It's good for you, it's exciting, whatever, that you got to relax in that. But it's like, now, at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, have you, like, would you have still been good if you didn't indulge, but you actually put, you put the necessity first at that point in
because
time?
so much of the time, like, going through uni, bro, this is like the feeling I had all the time, where it's like, I'm indulging all the time, but I'm stressed, so it's not relaxing.
But we made it though.
We made it, man. But
yeah.
But like, I'm not
Yeah,
relaxing.
true.
Like, I'm watching this show agitated.
But someone said, someone said that the
it's not the
show's
same
bang.
feeling.
Yeah, so they said the show's bang different, bro.
Doesn't make sense, bro.
The show's bang different when you
Fresh
know you got
Prince of Bel-Air, I
responsibilities.
watched that in a couple weeks during year 12. More emotional than any time I watch it now.
Yeah. Damn,
Oh my
bro.
God.
Yeah,
Like, it's
because
not the same feeling anymore.
yeah. Right.
It's not. Ma, what do you think? Like, in terms of what do you think your indulgence and your necessity need to switch up in order for you to live that fruitful life that you fantasy, that you think about?
I've actually thought about this before. Like for me right now,
So
I'm
don't
like,
ask about any fantasy.
Hold on now. Hold on. What's going on here, bro?
for me, when I, look at what I'm doing and like I take into account my age and, the people that I have around me and like, my studies and work and all that type of stuff, I'm like, I'm studying a bachelor's, it's not like I need to put everything aside to, do well in my studies and stuff like that. Obviously, there is a time for play, there's time for work, there's time to study and all that type of stuff. And it's easy to balance that right now. But definitely moving past bachelor's. Hey, why'd your flashlight just go on?
So good.
Oh, oops. What's it called? Yeah, moving from a bachelor's, and if I were to, take on further studies and all that type of stuff, I definitely have to bring my indulgence level down in terms of like, I can't just, let's just say I think I have a free day, there's always going to be something else that I can do to, gain an income or to ensure that I get better results and all that type of stuff. So I'll definitely have to try and switch that around. Instead of spending 2 hours watching Netflix or something or going out with friends, I'm going to have to, sit there, open my book and read or do something like that. So it definitely have to change for sure. Yeah.
No, I dig that.
Where you going with this, doctor?
And then now my question is,
All right.
huh?
Yeah. Let's hear
No,
this.
this is, just general questions out here.
Okay.
To what point is indulgence or necessity become dangerous?
Kind of like what he said before, I guess. In terms of
I
if they start to impede on each other.
Well, if it starts to impede on life outside the two things.
Ooh.
Okay.
So-
okay, let me see.
I need to stop. I'm just gonna.
Hold on, what if I say something trash now?
I know.
You got the fart effect?
The fart? Do we have a
I
fart?
don't know. I think we have one.
I hope we do. But yeah.
But in my mind, I'm thinking like, if work starts not letting you hang out with people, forget just relaxing, just hang out with people.
Yeah.
Like ever, that's an issue.
Yeah.
If watching Netflix stops you from hanging out with people, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
If watching Netflix stops you from getting work done, that's an issue.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
doing work means you never get to just chill and watch Netflix, that's also an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
But then what if I was to give you something that will take care of all your necessities?
See, Mr. Secret Pill or
You
something.
dig what I'm saying? So then now is it okay to live a life 100% full of indulgence because I have given you something that is taking care of all your necessities now? Because this was what it is, right? I felt like most of the things that we listen in terms of necessity
They can get sorted by something. Or...
can get sorted by money.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
I
Except
guess so.
there was one the kind I couldn't be
Community.
sorted by community. That's it.
Yeah.
But job, shelter, income,
Yeah.
right? Now that's all taken care of for you.
Yeah.
Now where's your what is it necessity? Now is it
Okay.
dangerous to live a life full of indulgence?
Because so I think even sometimes your necessity, like let's take a job for example, Okay, let's take a job for example. The job is the source of income, right? So that comes down to essentially you're getting money so that you can do the other things, yeah. But what about if like the job is because that's a dream of yours, yeah? So the job is something you want to do. That's intrinsic. That's irregardless of the, of whatever else it brings, right? It's like the joy of just being able to do that. That's why you like this job. So I don't know if this still comes under necessity and all that type of stuff here, but like, let's just say now you're living a life of full indulgence, like continually doing things that make you happy. Like,
And
how far can that take you?
And
though,
you
really?
can continue to do it without
because there's no stress, no worries in that.
all your stress, all your worries is being taken.
tough,
So
bro.
now, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. You know how we spoke about the wealthy people, right? Now let's say the wealthy people, obviously now the necessity in a way is kind of taking care of them, or at least the generation that's been passed down, right? All the necessities being taken care of. So then now if you're wealthy and let's say your parents is like that wealthy, right? What is your necessity?
Yeah.
I
So
think
then
that
now
you have to
you
go-
allowed to now you can actually live a life full of indulgence. If you want to.
but
Yeah.
that's empty.
That's kinda what I'm
for
thinking.
anyone. Like that's not even an objective.
I don't
type
know.
of
It's
thing.
empty, man.
It's empty.
Okay,
You know
I-
what you need to do? Like you take Paris Hilton, right?
Yeah.
Hilton Hotel is her family's chain.
Yeah, I've tried to figure that out. So it is,
Right.
huh?
But it's like for her, it appears as a life of indulgence. But she was doing the shows. She was doing Like she's DJing now, all that kind of stuff, and it's like clearly she's just trying to find something fun to do with her time.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like what you end up doing is you end up going, okay, well, what's something I'm passionate about? What's something that I like doing? What's something, and I know I don't need to get paid from this thing because money's there.
Good. Yeah.
But let me at least do something fun with my time, and that's eventually gonna create. Okay, well now I'm doing a show for fun, but that means I got meetings to go to.
Yeah.
That means, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Because it's like you can't literally just spend the rest of your life going brunch today, brunch tomorrow.
I think
dinner
you can.
today.
I don't know why.
Well, you down for that?
I'd get bored of that, man.
That's repetitive for one.
I mean, like, no,
I feel like fun can get repetitive, bro. Yeah, but even fun can get
But
repetitive.
this is what it is. This is what it is, right? Think about it.
No, even this, I feel like you need the range of emotions in life, bro. If you're just constantly on
No,
a
you
high,
can. But
How
obviously,
boring would it be if you went to Nobu every week?
to what?
Nobu. Oh, mans don't know Nobu, huh?
I thought you said noble.
Ian Street in Noble Park, yeah.
I was that confused, bro. Nah, but sus, right?
Yeah.
I mean, living a life full of indulgence can be boring.
Yeah.
Now, but I think now it kind of depends on what it is that you're doing, right? So let's say I love traveling.
Yeah.
Thousands of countries out there. I love learning new things. I
Thousands
love
of
coming out.
countries.
Thousands of countries, man.
Apparently.
Yeah. We just go thousands of countries.
Yeah.
Thousands of countries, right? There's 100 new things to learn. There's
IQ.
all that stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
It's like I could literally live a life full of traveling, getting to know people, getting to understand other cultures,
Yeah.
what they're going through.
Nah, that is lit.
Missing trips left or right. But see, that's an indulgence though.
Yeah.
But I can actually do that because I ain't gotta worry about nothing else. And that's what I'm saying. But do you see how this is a different angle rather than watching movies all day, going to brunch all day?
That's kind of like it's almost blurred in a sense. Like because if we're saying indulgence, it's
Because
hard.
that's what you love
But see,
doing.
I guarantee, even traveling non-stop, it gets boring.
Oh
You
yeah,
ever, you ever be on
I feel like
holiday
there's things that you
and
can
after
do.
like
just wanna get home?
4 weeks, you're like, fam, Mama, I want your own food.
just get home real
Cook
quick.
for
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to eat foreign
Eat
stuff
out and
again.
stuff
I don't
like
want
that,
to.
yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to.
But I mean, like, you can even go on and open up your own business and go do that. That's not
That's
even a
what I'm
necessity.
saying,
That's
though,
not even you don't
Yeah.
have to do it now. You just do it because now it's like you want to continue to expand.
Yeah.
Because you want to do something fun with your time. Like you want
No,
to
it's
do
not because
something.
you want to do
Traveling
something.
is the fun
It's
thing.
not because you
That's on
want. It's not
purpose.
because you want.
Yeah.
You
Something
want
of
to
weight.
do something fun. It's
No,
more
something of purpose.
Yeah,
Like you're not
'cause-
going to open
yeah.
a business just because
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
bored.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
but I'm
You're
saying,
like, I want influence.
But
I
I'm
want
saying you're
something.
doing that because you like it, not because you need to or you have to.
Yeah,
Does
of
that make
course.
sense? So now I'm saying the question is, can you actually live our life 100% indulgence, but also that life is a fruitful life, and not just a life where boredom and all
I don't
that
know
extra
because
stuff.
when I think of indulgence here, like I'm thinking of like, let's say things like I can eat wherever I want, I can go on a trip whenever I want, I can.
Yeah.
I'm not constrained. I think I'm not constrained by having to go to work like you. I'm able to say I don't need to work. Hey, let's go catch. You know what I mean? Let's go have brunch or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Fishing.
Yeah, let's go fishing. You know that's lit. I'm trying to do that, but y'all ain't on.
Have you
it.
ever been fishing?
Nah, but I need that in my
I've been
life.
once
bro.
in my life.
It's lit.
Is it good?
Oh damn! See,
It's fun. It's
see?
actually pretty peaceful. I get why people do it.
I need that in my life.
But we had four guys, 5 fishing rods.
Yeah.
I got a swing. First one.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Don't tell me you caught someone.
No, I threw it away.
No.
He threw it away. He threw it away.
All 4 of us have one rod in our hands.
Yeah.
There's one standing behind.
Just
So it's
chill.
like 2 of us like this, 2 of us like
Bro, I
this.
swear, if you
We
do what I
swing,
think-
go into the thing. My one latches onto the one
I
that's on
knew
the
it.
floor,
I
throws
knew
it
it.
into the ocean. All of us are like,
I was like, I swear, if that's
How
what
does one
happens in
manage
this,
to do that?
Bro,
I knew that happened. I just looked at you like, yeah, he did that.
my
man.
fear of fishing is that they're latching onto someone's
yeah,
eye or something.
because it's sharp, bro. But yeah,
That'd be
you know what I mean. Yeah, you're not constrained by the whatever. You know what I mean. The things, the things you gotta do. You can chill. Like
Isn't
that's
that
what I think of in
someone-
terms of indulgence, though. Yeah, but like, so when we're saying something like opening a business or going on mission trip, I don't know if I classify that as an indulgence now. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's an indulgence. Like going on a mission trip, or going on a mission trip, or starting a business, or creating a cause and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
You know why it's not indulgence?
I don't
Because
find-
you're
yeah.
creating, in a way, you're creating difficulty for yourself.
Yeah.
No, but
that's
the
why
thing
I
is-
don't
You
see-
start
no,
a
but the
business,
thing
now
is-
it's like,
but
oh,
there's responsibility that comes with
Yeah,
that. Indulgence doesn't
exactly.
equal to responsibility, I don't think.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when you
yeah.
go
That
traveling,
sense.
like
That's not
there's no
that's-
responsibility
It's
required.
just enjoyment.
Obviously, just don't get yourself killed.
There's enjoyment in everything, but I feel like once responsibility comes into that, into the question, I don't know if that's now an indulgence now.
No, I think
yeah.
okay. I think it can be indulgence, but now it's indulgence in the way you're challenging yourself with what you like.
But then again, like
But-
an indulgence isn't meant to be challenging. An indulgence is literally
It's
your
comfort.
most it's comfort. It's your most relaxed state.
It's the most relaxed. Okay, but at the same time, it's like
example, you don't indulge in a foreign cuisine. You indulge in what you already like.
Yeah.
So you're like, I want to indulge, fam. Get me pizza, get me
Yeah.
pasta.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be like, I want to indulge
In some snails,
I'm gonna have
escargot, bro. Like unless you
snails
like
for
it
the first time.
Yeah.
Like,
the way I think about it is like you can indulge in something, but at the same time you can challenge yourself with something that you like.
That's why I don't feel like that's an indulgence. That's just
But I don't think-
that's the ability
I
now
wouldn't-
to
I think that's an ability to
do
have
whatever.
to be adventurous.
Yeah.
to be because for me it's like necessity is something that you kind of have to do. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
It's like, and that's why for me, example, going on a mission trip, that's not a necessity.
No, yeah, definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Even opening up my own business,
That's what I'm saying. I can't classify those
I think-
as an indulgence or a necessity.
that will
now.
depend,
That's,
right?
That's kind of
I
like a
fe- I
passion. I
feel-
feel like that's a third thing.
but a passion can
be an
can
indulgence, yeah.
be indulged. Example, let's just say I love soccer,
Yeah.
right? And I think this is where it gets crazy. When indulgence is able to become your necessity, it becomes a necessity, right?
My guy breaking my brain.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
So starts to say, right?
My brain's doing the Carlos trying to get out. Douche, douche, douche to the inside.
Example, NBA players,
Yeah.
right?
Who?
Like NBA
NBA.
players,
Oh,
soccer
NBA.
players,
What did you hear?
netball
I
players,
heard ABN. I was like,
all these professional athletes, right? They've been
Yeah.
doing it since they were young.
Yeah.
They love doing it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then now they're making money out of it,
Yeah.
right? So then I was like, indulgence, but at the same time, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're doing it, but at the same time, you have to do it because this brings in income, brings in shelter, brings in all the stuff that you need.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But then that's what I mean. Like that's necessity mixed with indulgence. So
same
if they were to do it right, but not get paid for it, that's when it's 100% indulgence.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
yeah.
Or a passion.
Or a passion, but that means the necessity needs to be taken care of.
My head.
You dig what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna do anything 100% for free without your necessity being taken care of.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm
Because
saying?
then now you're just living reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say reckless. I don't know,
Yeah, that's that's living reckless, isn't it? Yeah.
but this is the
If
thing.
you know you
I
got
think-
things that need to get taken care of, but
I
you're just
think-
indulging. Yeah.
I think if you're able to mix indulgence with necessity in one,
then you're living fruitful.
now you're living that life. You dig what I'm saying?
Give us
Because now,
give an example. What's an example of
I
being able
just-
to do that?
now like just the example,
Yeah.
or even teaching. You're so passionate about,
Yeah.
or pastors, or maybe not so much pastors, but people.
Okay, so if you're how
motivated-
about this? This is probably the way to phrase it then. If your indulgence is able to meet your necessities, then that's when you're living fruitfully.
it's able to meet your necessities.
Yeah. So your indulgence is able to meet your necessities. But I feel
That's
like yeah,
That's
but
you know what's a good example
Yeah.
of that? You know Gogglebox on TV?
yeah,
when they
how
just
they watch
watch
the TV.
people-
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Make
Yeah.
like they watch reality TV and then they are a show of that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
Very
like
active.
their indulgence is that they watch TV
Yeah.
and then they're getting
And-
paid to do
and now
that.
they're
That's
getting paid for it.
rare. That's very few
And I
and far
also
between.
feel like to be honest, right? When you're a person who's trying to achieve something, yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want your indulgence to be. You don't want your indulgence and your necessity to meet.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd want that. Like for me, right? I wouldn't want my indulgence to be associated with my grind. I wouldn't want my indulgence to be associated with my passion.
Why?
Because that's something that's a side retreat. That's your own retreat away from everything else. Yeah, you're passionate about what you're doing. Yeah, because I can have I'll just put like what I want to do. My passion in terms of like the biomedical engineering, medtech field and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Like the business aspect, creative design area of all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm passionate about that and being able to bring that education and knowledge to other people and like younger kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So my indulgence would have nothing to do with that. My indulgence is like I'm trying to. All right, now let me kick back, feet up on the chair.
Yeah.
Let me watch
Yeah.
my show.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that to cross. I feel like I can live fruitfully because now I'm doing the necessity, but the necessity doesn't hinder my indulgence, and the indulgence doesn't hinder my necessity. You know what I mean?
I feel that. But I think something like that, it kind of depends on the career that you're looking at as well.
Possibly.
You know, so example with athletes. Like they didn't start running or they didn't start playing this or doing this because they want to make money out of it in the first
This is
place.
why I feel like we need to have that third element in it in terms of passion. This is why I feel like we need to have the passion element, because you wouldn't. I don't know if you'd ever say an athlete's the necessity is for them to be playing sport. Their passion is playing sport, and it's meeting their necessities. I feel.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like their passion is to do this thing, and it's able to meet the necessities. Indulgence, like LeBron,
yeah.
I feel like he indulges in music. Let's say something like that. You know what I mean?
But I
if
think
LeBron
he
would indulge
more
in being able to sit back and
Damian
listen
Lillard.
to how he raps and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean,
Side note,
yeah.
he's actually
Fire.
an incredible
He's fire.
rapper.
Is he?
His
He's
albums
fire.
are
He's fire,
phenomenal.
bro.
He has a song with Lil Wayne called "Loyal to the Soil."
Why are you laughing, bro? It's fire.
No,
Yeah.
like it's amazing, bro.
He out raps.
Damn time.
bro.
Damn time.
Wayne is
Come on,
top
man.
10 all
Damn time.
time.
But of course,
Top 10 all time.
Wayne is top 10.
But
Come on,
but
man.
hey, but
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
I think this is what it is, right? I feel like, of course, they're doing that. You can't indulge in one thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So obviously,
There's different
music,
things that-
yes,
that-
blah blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
But I feel like with these type of guys, that was the number one priority. If they want to indulge in something, even like they were growing up before they could even make it to the NBA, right? It's like, this is what I like, this is what I'm passionate about. They're not even thinking about making money. They're not even thinking about this taking care of their necessity. Does that make sense? And then somehow they end up getting picked up, you know, next level. Next thing you know, you found out you can get paid millions and
To
millions
do
for
whatever,
doing
yeah.
this. It's like, oh snap, I love doing this. Why wouldn't I get paid doing something that I love doing?
Yeah.
Now it's like you've indulged in something, but then now it's like you're presented with the opportunity to
For that,
also get paid for that. It's the same with artists. You can continue making music. You love making music.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I'm going to pay you in order for you to continue making music.
Yeah.
Now that's you're doing something you love doing, but it's also becoming a necessity, in a way, because now what you love doing is making you money.
Yeah, I feel like the bottom line of it is like, as long as they're not hindering on each other, that's when you're fruitful. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that your necessity is doing, that your indulgence is meaning the necessity. It can be separate, but as long as they're not like opposing each other, then you're good. And that's when you can live fruitfully, because you'll be able to. Because I think, like, if you think about, man's gonna get biological on this. I mean, so enzymes, they have the optimal like temperature or pH.
This guy lost me already.
I get
You know what I mean? They have the optimal
before it breaks
What's
and
enzymes?
before
enzymes are like,
I remember studying
Remember
this.
the-
in
catalyst
they're
that breaks
proteins,
down.
Not paying attention.
so
one day.
they either build up, or they do catabolic and anabolic reactions, which is build up or breakdown reactions.
Right, yeah.
So they have an optimum temperature. You know,
Does that mean
pH.
enzymes give you cancer?
Enzymes are involved in cancer, actually, 100%, bro. No, you have enzymes in you already.
You need
Right
enzymes.
now. You have enzymes in you, bro.
You need it,
You
brother.
want to hear a funny story?
Ah, here we go.
I know.
Yes,
I know a
yes.
pastor that was Slady came.
Oh man, this is where I go. This is where I go.
Slady
What?
came up to him for prayer, and she was like, "I got a thyroid issue."
Yeah.
He has no clue about medical terms and stuff. He goes, "Father God, we pray that you would remove her thyroid." And he's going about it for 3-4 minutes. End of the prayer, she goes, "No, actually, I need my thyroid. I just need it to function
polar
properly."
Why you're rolling?
Hey, man,
Remove it now.
Shout out to all the pastors out there, man. But not for real. Like, all right, shut up, bro.
Back to the enzymes.
When it comes to us here, we have an optimum range of
picture the
activity.
warp, right? Yes,
you know
we
what I'm
do.
saying? We've got an optimum range of activity, yeah?
Yes, we do.
And as long as we have freedom to do that, you can live fruitfully. If there's a hindrance on that, that's when you're not being able to do what you really want to be doing.
100%.
Yeah.
I think, I dig that.
You feel me?
I dig that.
Yeah.
And I feel like, obviously we said a job is a necessity, but I feel like you need to indulge in your job as well.
Yes.
Because that's what allows you to get up. Because now if it's like,
Yeah.
it's necessary.
And maybe indulge in
100%.
aspects of the job. Not because sometimes you can't enjoy the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But obviously this something, we'll say that. That's true.
Yeah.